scenes and sources.
Scenes and sources.
Right.
Okay.
The scenes.
Yeah, it's about a 3 or 4 year old laptop, and over time it got slow.
Here's what started this big mess. Windows 365.
Yeah, sir, I tried, but it's not working. Same, sir. I have put your mail across stating that.
Quite annoying. And most any time that I try to use my computer, I'm plagued with pop-ups.
Is that the only way that you can run the new Office? Is web-based
No.
programs?
Is somebody starting to snore?
You're boring, Doug. Sorry.
Good morning, 9 a.m. and 57 seconds. August 15th, 2024 on a Thursday. I confess, I did read Brian's first joke, and on the third quick read through, I got it and a laugh out loud. I have not read the second one.
Said, "Hello, Doug."
Although I did notice it has something to do with billions of stars, but I have not read the joke yet. Hello, John Williams. There's a few YouTube channels that most of the audience here are acquainted with, and we kind of take some pride in being live stream shows, unrehearsed, unrescripted. I know the word is unscripted. I use unrescripted. Unplanned, unprepared. Those are not always 100% true. So today is a little bit rehearsed. Because I did rehearse which buttons to press on the Stream Deck to begin the show and which buttons to press to end the show. For those who don't know, that is a reference to yesterday's show where I accidentally ended the stream prematurely. Yeah, I'm not going to take that further. But what you may not guess is which button did I actually press instead of the one for end screen and live. What button did I press that actually ended the stream suddenly? It was the begin selected stream button. Really? Why would that end the stream? Because there is no other selected stream. Here's what the buttons look like. Now, what I should do at the end of the show is to turn the commands off to prevent Brian from doing an !V to sabotage my end screens. And then I hit this one. Well, this one wasn't green. And it never has been. I just applied that today so that when I look down at the Stream Deck, I'll hit that one and it'll make sense to do that one. This one, up through yesterday, it was black like these. So what I did is I pressed this one, and then some stupid reason I would press this begin selected stream button. I've done that a few times. So here's my fix, is I turned this one green. So maybe that will fix my problem. Alice, hello. She says, fun trailer today before showtime. Rick Lake's also before showtime. Hello, everyone.
Zvimano said change to red.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of putting that red, but I only had two colors immediately available. One was black and one was green. So, and actually when I look down at that and see both of them green, because my first thing I need to press is the commands to turn it off and it'll go black. And then with both of those green right there, I think that really jumps out at me. But yeah, I was thinking red because, when a broadcast is on, there's a red light outside the door telling everybody that there's a live broadcast going on. John Williams, good morning from a heavy rain in southern Wisconsin this fine day. Hello, everyone in chat. And by the way, the first topic up today is Alice. She sent me an email, and we're going to go down that road. I'll do a little bit here. Here's the first joke that I did read. I majored in liberal arts. Would that be for here or to go? First time degree in liberal arts. Are you going to use it here at the college or take it to go? And the second read through, not much. And the third read through, which all happened pretty quickly. I realized, aha, Liberal arts degree. They're working at a fast food restaurant after college. That's what that is. Tell a man, I have not read this whole one. Tell a man that there are 400 billion stars and he'll believe you. Tell him a bench has wet paint and he has to touch it. Yeah. If somebody told me wet paint, or if there's a sign on the bench that said wet paint, I might touch it. I might pick up a leaf from the ground and touch it with the leaf. So hello to everybody. I'm going to do a quick hello, and I'm going to do a quick scan through, see if there's any other questions. Would you like fries with that? Yeah. And then I'm going to pull up the email from Alice. Thank you so much for sending that, by the way, Alice. I think this will be kind of fun to go down this road. And let's check here. Get this positioned right and zoomed in nicely. Yeah, that looks good. Hi, Doug. To expand on my payment issue in Chrome. Was this just introduced yesterday, or has it been a couple days now? I'm not sure. I noticed that since 2019, when I go to purchase tickets for Singapore Grand Prix, oh, it has been 2 days, because yesterday I showed some copy and pasted chat comments from the prior day. For Singapore Grand Prix, Chrome does not like this, but it is okay in Firefox. This also happens to a number of laptops of family members who had purchased other things through Chrome successfully. This is a link to the test, as luckily I have been able to purchase tickets on Firefox for the weekend already. So I'm going to put this in chat, this link, but first I want to give a description of my experience, because this is the prepared. A little bit of preparation today, because I have already tried this. And I need to describe this to you because I don't know if I'm going to be able to replicate my experience. On this site, I'll just click on that and go to it. Takes us straight to here. And what I did is I clicked on one of these buys. And when I did that, I immediately encountered a problem. I don't know if this is the point at which Alice is experiencing the problem, but it did give me a message about security and banking. I didn't capture that because I thought I would be able to replicate it. And then I tried it in Edge, had the same problem. On Big Beast Build, I don't have any other browsers, so I went over to Baby Beast Build. I tried it on Opera, and it worked. I tried it on Brave, which is on Baby Beast, and it worked. Then I tried Chrome on Baby Beast, and it worked. And I tried Edge on Baby Beast, and it worked. And I went to Big Beast on Chrome, and it worked. And I went to Edge. It worked. Now, that's different than Alice's experience. Now, since then, I have restarted Big Beast Build, so I don't know how this is going to do. I'm going to try this. I haven't given you the link in chat yet because I want you to follow this and understand what I'm seeing. And then I'm going to let you folks try it. Now, realize I've just gone to this URL. It's singapore.sg. So this is a website based in Singapore. English, tickets, general tickets, grandstands for Friday. $298. I haven't put any credit card information. I haven't put any banking information. So there's no way that this is going to be a charge to me by clicking on this. So clicking. Watch what happens here. Security checks in progress. And this looks like it's going to work. Yeah, it's asking for how many seats do I want. Alice, is this the point where you're having trouble getting to, or is it deeper into the issue where I actually do a confirm quantity and try to buy? Because I don't know how far into this that I need to go in order to see whether I'm getting the problem that you have. Because I did have a message there about something about checking security bank, and there's the word banking was in there, even though I hadn't given any bank. So is it at that point, or do I need to go deeper and actually get to the point of confirming quantity and going to buy tickets? Now let's go over to chat and give you the site so that you guys can try it. Alice ticket buying issue. Okay, and then she says, no, it's after this. When I put in payment details, I put the details in, and then it doesn't go through, even though I think it did. So it doesn't go through even though you think it did. So do I actually have to get to the point of paying before I'm going to be able to see the problem? Let's go back over here and see what happens next, because maybe I won't be able to go through far enough to demonstrate this. Now, it occurred to me that maybe there's some kind of country issue between US and Singapore. And Alice, are you in Singapore when you're trying to do this? Because I think, don't you also have a home in the United States? I seem to remember that. Are you full-time in Singapore?
John
Or
Williams said I
part-time?
always use PayPal to make purchases like that. It's more secure.
Well, we haven't even got it to the place of selecting PayPal yet. And now I would be using privacy.com because those are privacy cards. I'm pointing to it up here with my, let's see, let's go say up here. This is a extension. I have privacy.com, which is single vendor or single purchase credit cards that takes money directly out of my bank account. So if I confirm quantity, no, I'm not going to increase the quantity to take you guys with me. Pit, exit, grandstand seating, race direction. So this is showing the seats that are available. When I went here earlier today, there were 3 seats available. You know what? I think I chose a different. Yeah, because the one I chose earlier was on a corner. Let's see. Not in Singapore. I went there last year on a trip. Yes, I remember that. So she's, I believe, in the U.S. So I'm wondering if there's some kind of an issue with banking communications between
Brian
the
Lightfoot
countries.
said, "Thanks for buying me that one seat."
Right. Payment details. She says, don't do that. I'm not sure what that you're referring to at that point, because you put in that message in response to something that I was saying at that moment. If you would have put an exclamation mark D, that would have been helpful so that would have come straight through. Don't do that. Getting on the website, it's a lot of money. I'm not going to pay. I'm not going to pay the money just to test that. Now, so if you're doing this from the U.S., I would wonder what would happen if you used a VPN. You know, one of the VPNs where you can tell it to present yourself as if you're in Singapore, and you would be essentially working remotely through a Singapore computer, and their website would think that you are in Singapore. That might be helpful. When you pay for it, are you using a U.S. bank for your details? I think it's the banking communication and thinking it's fraud. Interesting. Are you putting in information for a U.S. bank?
LJ said, sorry, I mean, tickets are non-refundable.
Yeah, I won't get to the point of actually paying for it. But can I? Yeah, so you said that when you put in the payment details and then it doesn't go through. So this, on the other browsers, when you put in the payment details, do you still have an opportunity to cancel the transaction? Or is this the last click, meaning I can't really test it? But let's see what happens when we go on further, because I still haven't put in details. So I got to pick one of these seats, I think. If I click on that, now I can confirm seats. Moving forward. $2 signs for that $298. Now we're going to check out.
LJ said, on the other hand, last year, I tried to buy tickets when I was in Singapore for an event in a different country, and it got blocked multiple times.
Were you using a United States payment source? Last year, I tried to buy tickets when I was in Singapore for an event, in a different country, not in Singapore. You were in Singapore. You were trying to buy for an event in a different country. It got blocked multiple times. Yeah. So yes, she was using a U.S. based credit card or bank. So I'm wondering if that's got something to do with it. Mostly what we're doing here is exposing more details about the problem, and maybe somebody in the community will find the answer to that with multiple people looking for it. Now, I'm also, Alice, would want to ask this question. Is this just a technical curiosity because you do know how to get around it by using a different browser? Or is this actually causing you trouble that really needs to get solved? We know that when you're trying to buy tickets for this Grand Prix in Singapore from the US, that you can do it if you use a different browser. That sounds like, you've got a workaround, you can get it. But for instance, when you were in Singapore trying to buy tickets for another an event in another country, you were blocked multiple times. Did you ever find a way around that? So is this an interesting technical curiosity, I still want to pursue that because I don't have enough other real problems from people, even if it is just a technical curiosity. But is it something that you really need to get solved? And I think this was the yes from earlier. Yes, I left the hotel.
LJ said yes. I left the hotel and used the mall Wi-Fi.
All right. When you used the mall Wi-Fi, it worked. From a hotel in Singapore, you weren't able to get through. So that's sounding like there's something along the lines of, well, now I'm forgetting the word, other word. What's the device that gets between you and the other sites that you're going to? A intermediate internet connection, not a router, a piece that the hotel might have in use. Wi-Fi. Yeah, it wasn't a
LJ
Wi-Fi.
said, I'm just wondering why Chrome is the issue.
Yeah, and so that implies that it's
One Fish
not a
26
critical
said
issue.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's a better way to pronounce it, right? Wi-Fi, then SpeakerBot will pronounce it correctly. Well, good resource there. Good way to work around. A hotspot depends upon the internet service provider. It wasn't firewall I was looking for. What's the other intermediate connection you might go through? Come on, it's on the tip of my tongue. Chrome may not be the issue. Chrome may be taking the high ground trying to protect you, especially with international transactions. How many problems we do have? Yeah, it could be. And it wasn't VPN that I was trying for. It was, I know where I can find it. Not an access point. And I don't think I've ever used one of these. So, not firewall. Now let's see, not there. I'm gonna try to get it here. Here. No, that's not going to do it either. Not a travel router. Travel router would allow you to do a VPN connection to your home network. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, come on, this shouldn't be so hard to remember. Oh, why can't I think of it? Why can't I find it? They would mostly be used in large network environments, in a corporate network. Similar to a firewall, but not a firewall. Not a switch.
Said switch.
No, not a switch. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me with this? All right, I need to let go of that and move on. Squirrel. Squirrel. Can you spell squirrel? Isn't yes, that's gonna bother me. Getting back. Oh, well, let's show you where that Grand Prix is. Come over here. Here's If I zoom out of this area in Singapore, let's see, it had some names in here of the Grand Prix. Yeah, Formula One Singapore. This is where, I guess, where the night race, maybe that's where the start finish line is, but there's all bunch of stuff around here. If I zoom out further, for those of you who are contemplating, where is this now? There's Malaysia, Singapore down here, Malaysia, Thailand up here, Vietnam, Cambodia. Let's see, out here, Philippines. Well, it gives you a little bit of a reference where in the world we are. And if we come out this direction, we get over to the US. And let's get back to that purchasing. Hit exit grandstand, checkout. I still haven't put in any payment information. God, I'm trying to think of that. I'm surprised nobody's come up with it yet, the right word for that other intermediary I'm trying to think of. Killing me. Checkout. Still haven't given anything payment-wise. Not a firewall. Firewall is for blocking things. What I'm thinking is the intermediate connection to get through to the internet. It's not firewall, it's not router, it's not switch. So here I put in patron information. So I'd have to put in all this stuff, billing address, and I need to not float my mouse over some of those because that will expose my details, my deets. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to go further in this. Proxy server, that's what I'm trying to think of. I've never actually used one. But could it be that the hotel might be having a proxy server between? Proxy tunnel, yeah. So yeah, when One Fish said tunnel, I think proxy is another. Is proxy another term for it? VPN can be a tunnel. I'm not real clear on that. Obviously. What else can we do? The VPN thing, I'm most significantly optimistic about it. I think it is that Chromium-based browsers have some level of security that is causing that problem when you're trying to do that payment. Now, let's see, I think she said, client, I think Alice said that she's currently in the US trying to buy the tickets from that Singapore website, puts in the payment details, and when she actually clicks the last button to do the payment, that's when the problem occurs. And different forms of payment, the same problem with credit cards, same problem with a bank account, or maybe you haven't tried those. I guess I'm asking, have you tried multiple different forms of payment? Not different credit cards, because those are all credit cards, but like PayPal, bank, credit card, which debit card, which payment methods have you tried? Let's see, I'm going to go back and search for Al Space J. She's saying hello to people. After this point, when I put in payment details, I put the details in, it doesn't go through, even though I think it did. So it indicates that it's going through. You don't get any kind of an error message. There's nothing for you to give me a screenshot of, right? It looks like it goes through and it doesn't give you any error message, and it just didn't work. Not in Singapore. Went there last year on a trip. Now, are you buying tickets for yourself? You're going to go there, or you're buying tickets for somebody else who is in Singapore? That's totally irrelevant to the issue. I guess that's just curiosity. The banking communication and thinking it's fraud. Oh, their website is thinking that it's fraud. I think that's what she means. Give me an exclamation mark why, if I'm right on that, Alice, that you're speculating that that website thinks it's fraud rather than you thinking it's fraud. That would be an exclamation mark no if you think it's fraud. If you're thinking the website thinks it's fraud, that would be exclamation mark why from Alice. Tickets are not refundable. She says yes. So she's speculating that the
Yes,
website
affirmative.
thinks it's fraud. That's how much quicker I saw her answer in chat. You heard me acknowledge her yes answer, and then you heard the speaker bot. On the other hand, last year I tried to buy tickets when I was in Singapore for an event in a different country. It got blocked multiple times. Now, when you say blocked, is that a different kind of block? You got an error message, or is it the same kind of experience? Exclamation mark D, and then the word same, if it was the same experience. Exclamation mark D, different, if it was a different kind of failure for Alice. Yeah, she's not using a VPN.
Al J said same.
Same. So it was the same failure when she was in Singapore trying to buy tickets for something else. So that again sounds like it was something from that website or from the internet service providers in that country that are being very, very cautious of possible fraud. Do you only have these troubles when using a Singapore-based website? That's a significant point here. You only have these troubles when it's a Singapore-based website, regardless of whether you're in the US or in Singapore. That's a long question. If you answer yes, which I didn't word that question very well. If you can give us a description along those lines to answer that idea. Left the hotel, used the mall Wi-Fi. And so in the mall Wi-Fi, it worked while she was in Singapore buying tickets for an event in another country and a website from another country. I'm assuming website from another country. These are all little details that might wind up getting us to the solution. And it's a technical curiosity, people. It's not a critical issue. That's interesting that a mall Wi-Fi would not, so it's not a country issue. The mall Wi-Fi might have been going through a different ISP that was not as careful. The hotel might be using a, whatever that word was that I used, because I think that would be the right word.
John Williams said hotel server is secure.
Yeah, the hotel server might be more secure than a public Wi-Fi in a mall. The hotel might be watching out for their guests more. I just zoned out again on that proxy server. I think a proxy server is something that you would put in place if you want to be putting a little more security for your users. I'm just wondering why Chrome is the issue. How about with Edge? I would, now that trouble that I had with Chrome and Edge when I first tried it, by the time I went to Opera and Brave, it could be the case that my internet service provider made a connection. It could be the case that DNS server propagation brought the connection to Singapore sites because maybe nobody within my DNS environment had communicated with Singapore server. So it might be when I used Opera, it could be just amount of time that has passed since I first tried it in Chrome on Big Beast Build that now that communication was fixed. So it worked for all of my browsers to get through that first click of choosing the tickets. That's not the problem that Alice is reporting to us. When people do international payments, especially with scammers. I'm not saying that there's a problem with this website. I'm talking about general policy. Google may have a banking transaction that are internet and international. There might be something that's doing extra level of caution for international because maybe Singapore experiences a lot of fraud across country borders. Yeah, I did not mean gateway. Similar to, yeah, wasn't an access control list that I was thinking. Well, we already dealt with that. Let's see, when I want to buy Windows or Office keys from VIP CDK deals recommended by Kerry Holzman, I have to purchase only through VPN because that I am recognized from Israel. So this is Zavi's reporting what sounds like a similar problem. Zavi, if you do this without a VPN, do you get all the way, are you able to enter payment information and it's that last click when you're actually wanting the transaction to go through? Does it appear to go through and not give you an error message and just not work? Or do you somehow get blocked before that? So I'm trying to see here, are you having the same failure experience as Alice?
Read chat, please.
That's from Zavi. See next line after. Oh, he gives us more already. If I browse the VIP CDK deals. Oh, all right. He's already told us that. So he can't even get to the website. And he's in Israel, for those who don't know. Thank you for that extra piece. But that does show that this is a valid reason why sometimes you have to go through a VPN, and you may not know the actual technical reason. It may never really become apparent to you. But apparently there is some issue between Israel and wherever VIP CDK deals is located. I don't think they're in the US. Seems to me that Kerry has said where they're at. Yeah, because he said that there's a, I think that's, no, that's not the one he said there's a language barrier. That was one of the computer manufacturers that I think he said that. It's also a possibility occurs to me that purchase may not be available in your country.
Greg M. said Hong Kong.
Hong Kong for VIP CDK deals. See how nicely that works? Because I know that if I hadn't seen, if you didn't do the exclamation mark D, by the time I got to that, I would have had no idea what you're saying. It's pretty clear to me that Greg is saying that VIP CDK deals is in Hong Kong. Well done. That is the way to use SpeakerBot. Awesome. Is your eyes?
Yes, affirmative.
And Zavi says yes. So I'm going to take that to mean that he's having the same experience as Alice, where he puts in the payment information, whether it's credit card or bank, and the last click, it appears like it's going through. It doesn't actually get an error message. It just doesn't work. Give me one more yes, Zavi, if I do have that right. Sorry to be such a Doug, but yeah. Guilty as charged. Thank you.
Yes, affirmative.
There it is.
No way.
And Israel says no to what? I'm not sure what Ran is saying no to. Did he say something earlier? I don't know what you're saying no to, Ran. It may have been through one of these things that I was reading. I don't think Singapore has any hackers or nefarious people or scam websites or scam communities. Not at all. Oh, that's sarcasm. I don't think Singapore has any hackers or nefarious people or scam websites and scam communities.
Not at all straight up law-abiding country. I think those sarcasm. Voice mod is using a narrator voice. That's that deep voice, I think.
Read chat, please.
Manner said I am getting the 503 immediately.
Oh, so he's getting a 503 immediately. Oh, yes, yes. I did understand that was your confirmation. The 503 immediately when you try to go to that website. Because that's what I asked you to confirm. Man, if I'm saying that wrong, he he rightfully should be frustrated. Because that was a significant delay. Maybe are you in DVR mode? See next line after it was up. Where was it? Yeah.
Al J
browse.
said I've used issues
Yeah,
with
he gets
basic
that
buying sites
immediately.
too, with Chrome.
Alice, I've used issues with basic buying sites too with Chrome. I've had issues with basic buying sites too. And is that cross-country borders? And are they the same issues? So that's a significant thing here because we're suspecting that Singapore is a problem with Zavi's reports other countries, and she says yes. And I didn't word the question very well there. Was that yes across country borders, or was that yes? Yeah, I think I said across country borders. So that's all issues across country borders, or was it yes that it's the same issue? Doug, if you would be more clear. Private
Greg
window
M
in
said,
Chrome.
Have you used a private window in Chrome and still have the same issue?
Well, that's a reasonable question. I think all that's going to get around is cookies.
Al J said yes.
Okay. So across country borders. And the same issue. Because I actually had a two-part question. Doug, need a better way to answer that? Okay, Alice. Across country borders, just type a 1. Same experience, same issue, type a 2. So if both of those are yes, then type a 1 and a 2. A 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. Lawrence Welk show here. John Williams, I think, was trying the sarcasm, !S, but that actually gets us stormy these days because I turned off sarcasm. Boy, I'm overtime. Here's Alice with a 1. So across country borders, yes. The same experience, the same failure issue at the last click, that would be a 2. The problem with any Doug trying to pose questions that way is by the time the answer comes through, any self-respecting Doug may have forgotten how he set the question up. Now, if it's not the same experience, then she's not going to type a 2. Put a 0. If you can't put a 2, if you can't put a 2 because it's not the same experience, put a 0. Doug, you make this so difficult. Why? 0. So it's not the same failure experience. All right, I gotta wrap this up. I think we may have made progress on Alice's issue where when she's buying tickets from a site that's based on another country, puts in the credit card information or the banking information, and the last click to actually put the charge through, she doesn't get an error message. It looks like it goes through, but it just doesn't because she never gets her tickets or she never gets a confirmation email. Whatever the positive affirmation that she's expecting doesn't actually happen. I think the most significant thing we have is while she's in the United States trying to buy from a site that's in Singapore is to use a VPN and claim that you're actually making the purchase while in Singapore. If that works, then that tells us there is something set up.
John Williams said, have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you, John. If that works, that indicates there's something set up within the internet infrastructure in Singapore that blocks transaction payments from other countries, or somehow they just don't go through. And would we be able to find documentation on that? Well, I did ask Copilot. Let me see if I can pull that up. Doug, I thought you were going to end this show. Yeah, I know I said that. And I will.
Said no
I
problem
will.
with other Hong Kong websites. I think that
Zvi-
related to VIP-CDKdeals.com website.
Okay, back to what Zvi's saying right there. No problem with other Hong Kong websites. Okay, so VIP CDK Deals is based in Hong Kong, and he has a problem when he goes to that website. It just is unavailable. Can't get to it. But he can get to other Hong Kong websites, and he thinks it's specific about VIP CDK Deals, preventing him from getting there from Israel. I know US-based people are not having that problem. Ran to me and Zvi that he's agreed with that. Oh, Brave Browser has a built-in
said
VPN.
VIP-CDKdeals.com, they are blocking Israel.
Yeah, okay. The website itself blocking Israel, not Hong Kong, because other websites. Now, is there other websites in Hong Kong you can get to and make purchases, or is it just other websites and you're not trying to make a purchase? That might make a difference. Okay. I was starting to recap Alice's. Yeah, if she were to use a VPN, and perhaps the one that's built into Brave Browser, and claim to be in Singapore, when you're making that purchase, will that work? But with Brave Browser, Brave Browser is able to work anyway. It's just Chrome and maybe Edge. I don't know. I don't recall if she's clarified whether Edge has the same problem. Chrome, she's having the problem. When she uses other browsers, it works. So if Brave might be working natively. Okay. Commands are turned off, Brian. Don't even bother. Don't even try. Green button is lit up. Let's see. Here I can. Oh, wait a minute. How did you get that? I turned commands off. How did you get that exclamation mark V? Oh, you dog. You hacked my Stream Deck, didn't you? Look, commands are turned off. How did that happen? Let's get over here, see what happened, because this is all about troubleshooting here. If I come over here, I should see action cues, pausable chat commands. Oh, it does. It's not. That should be lit up. That should say paused. So I'm going to press that button again. Now they are paused. Well, that's backwards. That says, yes, the commands are paused, but the Stream Deck right now is green. And my description in there says green equals on, meaning commands are on. You can type commands. Oh. All right. So I was about to turn them off again, which means he could have blocked me again. So now I'm going to press the end screen button. And there. You can watch this video to see how to get free support through this YouTube channel. This one to see how to get paid support from me directly in private sessions. This video, how to turbocharge your troubleshooting experience by interacting with this channel. And this is a recent video on my channel. Have a great day, everybody. I will catch you later on the flip side.